EGM Network.
This is an Evergreen Media Network production. And now, it's time to put you on the spot with EGM.
Hello and welcome to On the Spot with EGM. Oh, we've got a good one for you today. Masterclass is playing at Riverside Theatre, and joining us today is Tim Quartier, who plays Anthony Candolino in Masterclass. Hey, Tim Quartier, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. All right. It's great to have you here in studio. Masterclass playing February 4th through the 23rd at Riverside Theatre. We can't wait for it. Now, this looks like a brilliant performance that we're all in for, and it's at the Waxlax Theater, so it's a nice intimate performance. Tim, this is your first time here in Vero Beach, is that right?
Yeah, this is my first time. Very exciting.
Welcome to Vero Beach.
Thank
we hope
you.
you're enjoying the weather, even though it's a little chilly by our standards, but you're from Syracuse, I understand.
It's better than Syracuse and it's better than New York City, so I'll take it.
Very good. All right. So let's talk about Masterclass a little bit. I understand it's about it surrounds real life events, right? About Maria. Is it Callas or Callas?
Maria Callas.
Callas.
Yeah, Maria Callas, the famous opera singer. Towards the end of her career, after her sort of 10 years of being really in the spotlight as one of the world's best opera singers, she took some time off. She was having difficulties with her voice, and she actually really did teach masterclasses at Julliard. So this play centers around that idea of her holding a masterclass at Julliard, and she teaches 3 students. And the 3 students are fictional. They're sort of Terrence McNally's way of having, students come and sing for her. But most of what happens in the play, it's flashbacks of Maria's life. And there is audio, actually, real audio of Maria Callas giving these masterclasses. So some of the lines are actually ripped right from what Maria Callas actually did say during the time.
Interesting. Now, Maria Callas sounds like a very interesting person. She was referred to as a temperamental prima donna. She had a rivalry with other opera stars in her time. Now, this place takes place. Okay, let me start over. She has a rivalry with other opera stars. Her contract demands opulent lifestyle. She had an affair with Aristotle Onassis.
Yep.
So these classes take place in the 1970s.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. And so this is based on real life classes at Julliard, the famous school of music.
Yep.
Okay. And so she was the star of her day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, she was one of the original divas, I would say.
Yeah.
In the way that she was as a personality, and with how much talent she really did have. One of the best voices of our time.
And you, Tim, you play Anthony Candolino.
Yep.
You play one of the students
The
at
tenor,
Julliard.
as it is,
Okay,
yep.
the tenor. And I understand she keeps Maria keeps interrupting you a little bit.
Yeah, she's harsh on her students. She expects and demands the best of her students, as she did with herself, as she does with herself. So Anthony is one of those characters who has gone through life having it kind of easy. He has a natural ability to sing. He has a certain charm and good looks to him, and he has sort of skated through life with all of those things, and sort of expects to with Maria as well, and is kind of hits a wall when he's being taught by her, because she finds out very quickly he hasn't done his homework. He hasn't translated this Italian aria to even know what he's singing about. So he's just singing and trying to look pretty, and it's not enough for Maria. She wants more. She wants him to get to the heart and the soul of the song.
I see. All right. And so Masterclass, its main focus is on the larger-than-life diva as she relives her extraordinary life that she's lived. And it sounds amazing. And it says here it's one of the most haunting portraits of life after stardom.
Yeah, I would say that's correct.
Yeah.
I think Maria has at least depicted in the play, has a really hard time not having the ability that she once knew she had. And there's 2 other women that come in, 2 other students that come in, women, sopranos, that come in, and you can really see through those characters Maria's desire to still have the ability. You can see it as the sopranos are singing, that she's mouthing the words. She wants to relive those glory days that she just, unfortunately, the instrument isn't working the way that it used to.
Okay. Well, it sounds incredibly interesting. And it's at the Wax stage, so this is a small, intimate performance. This is really how theater is supposed to be performed, like just for a nice, beautiful, small audience that all just comes together for it.
Yeah, it's intimate, and they've built what looks like Julliard stage, so you feel like you're right there.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Now, Tim, we said you grew up in Syracuse.
Yep.
A little background on your career. Do you consider yourself a tenor first and an actor second, or an actor first, a tenor second? Are they A1A, 1B? How's that go?
Yeah, I guess I consider myself an actor who relies heavily on his voice.
Okay.
I tend to do. I've leaned sort of into the more vocally demanding shows. I'm still on the road with Les Mis. I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus right now, but those sort of big sing type of shows is what has defined my career. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been in Les Mis, I mean, Titanic, Holiday Inn, Come From Away, all kinds, Hairspray, I mean...
Yeah, when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Sweeney Todd, I mean,
Sweeney Todd, yep.
So many great performances here in your background.
Yeah, so, some really incredible shows that I've been very lucky to get to perform. I've been fortunate that I've been able to tick a lot of the boxes of the roles that I've wanted to play, the shows that I've wanted to do, this being one of them. So I'm very grateful.
Very good. Yeah. And when and how did you realize that you wanted to act?
I had a babysitter when I was really young, Katie DeFirio, who would babysit me and my brother. And she was maybe only 5 years older than I, and she was doing local community theater. And so when she would come over and watch us, when my parents would go out to the movies, she would talk to me about the shows that she was doing. And it just got my mind spinning about what that could be. And so I asked my parents to sign me up for this same thing. And my first show was The Wizard of Oz with, I think it was Syracuse Civic Theater at the time. And I played a Poppy. I had a nice little like flower hat. And I was whatever the monkeys are called in Wizard of Oz. And it was... I remember just being backstage and then on stage, and it was the most magical thing I'd ever experienced in my life, and I never looked back. And
so you knew you wanted to be an actor.
Yeah, it was immediate. It was an immediate connection. I'd been playing soccer for years and years and years, and it was a very quick, drop the soccer, let's do theater.
And so then what? Where did you get trained?
Yeah, so then, I moved from being a kid into high school and doing all the musicals and learned a lot through those teachers in high school. And then I ended up going to Ithaca College for musical theater and trained for 4 years at Ithaca, a really great music school and theater school. And then most of the business, honestly, is luck. I was really fortunate that right out of school, sort of actually when I was auditioning right at the end of college, I got some jobs right away that just propelled me to keep wanting to move forward and keep going. And it's led to a lot of the shows that you just listed off, plus the Les Mis tour, which I've been doing for the last 7 years of my life, which has been really awesome. And all the way up until this moment right now, where I'm doing Masterclass.
Very good. All right. Masterclass, February 4th through the 23rd at Riverside Theatre at the Wax stage. You can get tickets at riversidetheatre.com. You can even save 10% when you buy 3 or more online. Single show tickets, restrictions apply, but go to riversidetheatre.com. All right, Tim, your character, Anthony, also, well, you're a tenor. Your character is going to be a tenor as well.
Yeah.
How in real life, can you relate to your character at all in your real life?
I can. Actually, I was telling this story recently in rehearsal. In college, we had... performing artists, professionals come and teach masterclasses all the time. And I don't want to give away too much about what happens in masterclass, but in the end, things go well for Anthony Candolino. And I'll tell the light version of the story, but Patti LuPone, the great Patti LuPone, Broadway star, came and taught a masterclass at Ithaca, and she had been pretty tough on most of the students. She was really... she wanted more. She wanted people to really lean into the acting, very much like Maria Callas in this story. And I got up to sing, having heard the notes that she was giving other students and tried to apply them to the song that I had chosen at the time. And it worked. I was one of the very few students that she really attached herself to, and I got a really lovely response from her and really lovely compliments. And what happened with me, Tim, and Patti LuPone is very sort of similar to what happens with Anthony and Maria. Now, the one thing I will say is Anthony comes in very arrogant and assuming that he's going to crush this and that she's going to love him right away.
Yeah.
I did not assume that Patti LuPone was going to love me. I was a 17-year-old whatever trying to figure myself out, and I did not expect Patti. I just was trying to apply the notes and do good work, and it, luckily for me, paid off.
It sure did. It paid off, and now you're here, and now you play Anthony Candolino in Masterclass at Riverside Theatre, February 4th. Whoa. February 4th through the 23rd. And we all can't wait to see it. Get your tickets online at riversidetheatre.com. Anthony, is there any... I'm sorry.
It's all right. I got to think that way, too.
Tim, how... Give us about a 1 minute. Get people to the theater. Get people online at riversidetheatre.com. What do we need to know? What do we need to...
I mean, if for no other reason, come to see Tony Award winner Karen Ziemba play Maria Callas in Masterclass. Karen is so fantastic. Watching her work in rehearsals every day is brilliant. She's so grounded and connected and heart-wrenching. Come for her alone. If for no other reason, come to see Karen Ziemba. She's incredible.
Very good. All right. Tim Quartier, Masterclass at Riverside Theatre, February 4th through the 23rd, riversidetheatre.com. Thank you very much, Tim.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. And thanks for watching and listening to On the Spot with EGM. I'm Jesse Krisky. Take care.